So if you haven't heard of Opus, this is a new skate shoe brand on the market. They've only been out for, I think, a year now maybe, and they finally came out with the high top. So in this video, we're gonna be comparing them to my Last Resort. Last Resort is one of my favorite shoe companies. Both are owned by skaters, they're small independent companies. They're not big corporations. I love these shoes a lot. If you're subscribed to my channel, you've seen me like skating these shoes for a couple years now actually. So that's the whole goal of this video. But before I get some initial thoughts on these, this is actually the first time I've opened these and like really looked at them. Opus is really promoting these shoes as like really easy break-in. So first let's get into a little Last Resort break-in session. And then by the end of this video, we'll be comparing them to prices, quality, durability, everything like that. So these are the suede highs VM3. So I want to get one session in with these. Like I'm going to break them in. The idea with this video is just to kind of like figure out what the break-in process was with the Last Resorts versus the Opus. I think that's how you say Opus. And we're here at the Hemet skate park. Yeah, I mean, I've been skating these shoes for a while, so I do know how they skate, but I just kind of am curious because I've been skating all my shoes, my Last Resorts, for so long. I forget what they feel like straight out of the box. So today will be a break-in session while we hit this new skate park, Hemet Park. I have also these. I
think you should skate these, dog.
These? So these are like a Spitfire Last Resort shoe.
I see now.
They got that like Spitfire sort of, what do you call it? Like the pattern, Spitfire pattern.
Right.
It's pretty nice. And then like, you know, inside, Last Resort, Spitfire. I skated them for a little bit, but I feel like because they're canvas, and because I like them so much, I'm kind of saving them. Like they're kind of my chillin' shoe. The one thing that I do like about these, I should mention, versus the suede, Last Resort always does this. They don't add these little, what do you call these things? You're a shoe guy. What are these things called?
Eyelids.
Eyelids. They don't add the eyelids on the suede. They only have them on the canvas. I'm not sure why. Because I think when you pull these really, really tight, a lot of times the laces, they don't rip, but what happens is like this area up here gets like more open, so you're constantly having to tighten the shoe. So I actually got a 10.5 with my Last Resort. So I started sizing up the last couple of pairs. I never did before, but I didn't realize how tight they were. That's the Cloudy Cush insole. That's how big it is. So we'll see, compare it to the Opus shoe. Drop 13, baby. You really got to loosen these things up. I normally actually run them like one lace down. They come like really, really tight. I mean, it's good to compare shoes like how they feel right out of the box. Normally Last Resorts are really good right out of the box, but like I said, I haven't set up a new pair in quite a while. I almost like wish these shoes didn't come laced. That'd be kind of nice. There's so much lacing. I did come here one other time when it was like brand new and it was busy. There's like nobody in there right now. A couple people. All right, we got them laced. Let's jump into the park, get a little warm-up session, see how they do first sesh. I mean, the nice part about these is like, you can get a lot of board control, but they're actually pretty stiff. Like, look how much sole's on there. Is that a lot?
That's a big piece of tape.
That's a big piece of tape. I get scared if I'm gonna roll my ankle sometimes. I mean, compared to these, I guess it's like the same. Let's go bring them in. Oh, style. This pool over here looks pretty cool. Get a little break-in first run with the shoes.
Is it easy to run out of the bowl though, because you got fresh grip?
Yeah. Easy to run out.
You know?
Easy for some stuff.
I need to disassemble the skate park.
He forced me to set his board
What's
up in
up,
the car.
Spencer?
He held me at gunpoint.
Oh,
This is the gun though.
There's some. I mean, as an Audi, it's his camera.
Dude, he's pretty good at being good.
He's all right.
And I don't like how grippy they are. Actually,
With your pepper grip, it's just so grippy.
it's like too grippy. You need to be able to adjust. It's kind of what I saw you doing. It's like I can't readjust. Once I land, I'm like
You're stuck.
committed.
Yeah, you're not going nowhere.
I like to move my feet a lot.
So sick, dude. The triple airstrike, bro.
Yes! It's a big spin 5-0 fakie. Oh. Oh.
Bro, you're in the way. I'm filming here, dude. I'm filming.
How crazy was that?
I fully hung up.
It was chill though. Oh.
You're filming clips.
That's why I said the 5-1 makes it. Dude. Easy. Fakey full cab flip to Indy or Melon?
Was that fakey?
Oh. That's a B.
It's a B. Save the bees. Thanks, G.
Dude, that was fresh.
Yeah, thanks for coaching me.
Thanks, dude. You know, we put the lines together. We're used to the park. We're used to the bowl right here. My man hit all the
Teamwork.
features. We hit airs. We hit grinds. You know, hey, that's a 9 right there. That's a 10 right there, baby. 9 club, baby. 9.
I think like just doing the same run over and over helps me with the shoes too.
Oh yeah.
Kind of got out of my head.
I was gonna say you probably weren't even thinking about it, huh?
No, eventually I was just thinking about the tricks. It's like adapt to the shoes being stiff and it just, not worrying about the shoes.
But did it feel nicer and grippier when you were floating over
Yeah.
everything? Because did you feel like it was on your...
Yeah, that is true. So there's an advantage to that. Like, because I'm bouncing around
floating.
a lot. Yeah. All right, so there's the wear and tear for the first session.
Oh, you both get new shoes today?
Yeah.
Yep. New shoe day.
Isn't that funny?
That's good, because I set up new shoes today too. That's crazy.
Damn, freshies!
Yeah.
That was a really fun session at Hemet. I'm not gonna go too much into last resort yet. I'll do some comparison towards the end of this video. They are so durable. I've been skating them for like a week since that session, maybe 2 weeks actually since that session. And there's like a little bit of scuffle marks on here and that's it. So the cool part about these initial first impression is I do like how they're canvas and suede. So right here is a little canvas, so you get a lot of that flexibility in this area. And then the suede is on the outer side, kind of where you would normally get some abrasion from your skating, like right on the edge right here. And the purpose of that, I believe the purpose of that, so you get the flexibility, but then you also get the durability, because I do have just canvas last resorts and they don't last very long, everybody knows. And overall, there is some more stitching on this. Also, one of the first impressions I have comparing them to last resorts is the toe cap. Like this toe area is much, much wider than the last resorts. We'll see how they fit in a second. I did just get my true to size, and overall, I mean, they look really good. The thing I've noticed is like the bottom has like a concave, where last resorts are very, very flat. Like it kind of warps into the middle and the edges are much higher. I don't know if that's gonna be a good or a bad thing. And obviously the treads are a lot different. Like you have a very, very thick tread right here, where these are not very thick. And that's by design, you know, they say it's for the Scandinavian rocks and all that, but yeah, I'm excited. The one thing also I noticed that I really do like so far, I will say, compared to the last resorts, is that they're not laced up. When I get last resorts from the factory, like it's a process to get them unlaced. Some people might like that, but I have to like really like unlace them completely. So I kind of like that these came just no laces in them. You have to do it yourself. The tongue is like really, really floppy. Like that is pretty crazy. Also, let's see if you can remove the insole. You can. So you can remove the insole. There's that. Let's get a, just for the sake of comparison for the Cloudy Cush. These are pretty similar. As far as like the thickness goes of them, pretty similar. There is some more arch on this Opus one where there's just more harsh edge on this Cloudy Cush. Well, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. We're gonna get into more of the comparisons after I skate them, just kind of some initial thoughts. Also, there's a lot of holes in here, which I think is really good for the Cloudy Cush, because I get really sweaty feet. Anybody that's skating a lot, like you're skating all day long, you're gonna get sweaty feet. There are no holes in this, so that's a little bit concerning. Your feet might get a little wet. However, are there holes on the side of the shoe? Oh no, nothing. There's 4 little holes on the inside of the last resorts, which is nice because you get some breathability. Your feet need to breathe when you're skating, so yeah, they don't have any on here. And again, I'm not comparing every model. We're just doing the high tops because I feel like that's what makes most sense. But yeah, overall insole looks pretty similar. The shoe itself actually feels like the same thickness. Like if you look at the sole, they're about the same. They have that little lip on the side. Like actually pretty comparable, like edge to edge. There's a lot more stitching on this shoe. That is the one thing that may be concerning. The other thing is I do like how they have the, what do you call those, eyelids? Is that what Spencer was calling the eyelids on the lacing area right here? I think that's good just because it avoids your shoes from like getting looser. These little holes will get like stretched out over time, so you have to constantly like get the shoe a little bit tighter, which isn't a big deal. It's just some initial reactions, just some initial thoughts on like how these look. Obviously how they look and how they skate is gonna be the real comparison. With the high top, you kind of want that little shoe loop area. I don't know what you even call that, but there isn't one on this tongue, so that may affect the lacing too. We'll see, especially when you have a lot of laces with the high top. You know, you want to be able to keep things structured, essentially. That's what I think that helps. Overall, they look pretty good too, like aesthetically looking. There's no big logo nowhere, so that's why I think it is a good comparison to the last resort. I would say there's even less logo than the last resort, like, you know, with the black and white tongue compared to like a Nike or New Balance or even like a Fallen or something like that, other small, even a Lakai. So overall impressions, aesthetics of the shoe, I think they're pretty good. I like the gold lids too. These laces are really long. Not a big deal, you can always just burn your laces off. Now we'll see how they actually fit on my foot. Oh, nice. The other thing that I'm noticing right away is they're much more of a flat shoe. And we'll see if that's a good or bad thing once I'm skating it. But like when I say flat, it's like it's just kind of layered right there, where if you look at last resort, it's like they really keep the structure. It's kind of more of a narrow shoe. This kind of feels more, maybe more like a Vans actually. Yeah, the shoelaces aren't too long. Once you lace them up, you get them all in there. Feel really good. They're not stiff at all. I'm concerned about how flexible and how good they fit right away is that they won't be as durable. Like a black, I'm a black sole guy. These both are white. These are very similar aesthetically looking. I think if anything, these are almost more clean with the black stitching. I do like the black stitching versus the white stitching in the last resorts. These would sit more like, if you're gonna compare them, I feel like last resort would be more like a Converse, the way that the structure and the fit sort of looks on my foot, where These Opus feels more like a Vans high top, a full cab or something maybe even. Laces are really, really good because they're like 100% cotton. There they are. I mean, the one thing I feel like it was really running into my heel. So there is some like looseness back here. I'm concerned like this little area right here feels really structured, and then right here feels really loose. And again, with the last resorts, it's all kind of like one little area. That is my concern. I hope I don't get any blisters. Now that I got them on, let's go break them in. See how they skate. I did have a quick little skate park session earlier off camera, but the one thing I'm concerned right now is this heel. Like it's giving me a little feeling like it might give me a blister, but we're at this pool gym spot. Spencer's about to blow it down.
Up? I've been waiting. I didn't want to just start like going ham while you were filming.
A couple of videos back, I talked about bowl skating, why I took a little bit of a break from bowl skating, just to diversify my skating. And this bowl is one that I really love, but look at, I just want to give you an update. There's still so much water down here. There's almost like algae building up at this point. And it's crazy because the ditch that I'm building in that floods like inches thick is already dried up. So it's been like 5 solid days here in California. It's hot, things dry up quick, even in the winter when it's not raining at least. And this bowl, it's still wet. I don't want to complain too much, but I came here really excited to kind of get some more sessions with these shoes here in the bowl. That's all right, I'm gonna skate some other areas of the park and avoid the deep end, but I really love this deep end. I want to get some inverts and do some knee slides with these shoes, which is a little more niche, but you'd be surprised how fast knee slides actually tear up shoes, probably even faster than flip tricks, to be honest. But the one thing I did want to update you on, got them on right now. That's how they look right now. In the beginning, like when I first put these shoes on or was looking at them, there's like a little dip in the middle, like almost like a concave in the shoe. The one thing I've noticed is they are a lot flatter now. So after like, it's been like 4 or 5 sessions, they're flatter now. So I guess we'll just skate around some of the other part of the skate park today, just get some more abuse and abrasion on these shoes. I want to flip the board a little more. I wanted to do some knee slides, but I don't know if we'll be doing that. So let's get a little morning coffee session. It's bright and early. Today's daylight savings too, so I'm so hyped to get some more sun now. So I've been going back and forth between the Opus and the last resorts. I haven't done any knee slides, so today is going to be a little knee slide test. That's what I really want to see, if these shoes will hold up during knee slides. Like I said before, that's like one of the things that really abuses shoes. Last resorts don't last too long in knee slides, so maybe that's where these do good. We'll see. I'm going to get through some final thoughts because I do think there's some good and bad things about both shoes, but we'll get one more session today in the big bowl. Going to get some knee slides. My knee slide session didn't last too long because I've been intimidated by big transition again. I need to get back into the groove. I've been skating a lot of DIY spots and building a lot of spots, but I wanted to get into the shoes, talk about some of the pros and cons because it has been a couple weeks. And honestly, when it comes to the knee slides, I'll get right into that. These didn't hold up any better than last resorts. I have a whole nother pair where the nose rubbed off. You can tape down your shoes. Obviously, if you had like a rubber toe cap, it would be much better for knee slides, but you can see that's just after a couple knee slides. It's not very bad, but the thing about it is the rubber starts to come off. It's pretty expected that the suede starts to kind of fall apart because you're just dragging your toes on the concrete for a long amount of time. So for knee sliding, I didn't think they were any better as last resort. But here's my thoughts on it. Overall, I've had both. For the last couple of weeks, I was saying I keep wanting to put the last resorts back on, and I think a lot of it has to do with just the comfort, the fit, and the overall structure on the shoe. And I have some theories why. I think the problem with these shoes that I'm having right now is right here, how it fits and it pushes into the front of my foot. So what I mean by that is like it kind of rubs really hard on the edge of my feet, like right here and right here, and that toe cap. So I think the toe cap just needs some work. I think where the stitching goes down, it kind of rubs, like there's so much buildup right here. And the other thing is, you look at this front tape, it goes longer, and it's also going into all the stitching. So you have like 3 different seams meeting up, or at the last resorts, there's, you know, you have this tape coming down, it actually ends a lot faster than this one does. And what I mean by that is like, these are not as long, where you think it's like nice to have longer because it would rub out faster. But the problem with that is I think there's so much material being built up right here. So I guess my point is that I think that makes it kind of uncomfortable. Like there's a lot of like, you can really feel it right there. And the other thing is they're very, very floppy. Like overall the shoe doesn't have much structure, even though it has all the extra stitching. So something to think about, I think it's just the general design compared to both shoes. Obviously I will say, and I'll give a benefit of the doubt to Opus, they are a new shoe brand. So I'm sure they have a lot of room for improvement. Last resort didn't come out the bat swinging with this shoe. They've had a couple years to like perfect it and make it very, very good, which now it is. So I think overall, if I was going to pick one or the other, if it had to be like, you know, one choice, it still would be last resort. I think it's a much more comfortable shoe. I think the durability on it is pretty much the same. Honestly, I've been skating these more, like I said, because I just want to pick them up and put them on more. As far as the aesthetics on them, I think they're both like good looking shoes. I think overall, I do like the black stitching on here, but last resort, again, when I see it on my foot, it feels better. And the other thing I want to say about the fit and how, why it's kind of discouraging to put them on, why I keep putting my last resorts on, is because back here as well, back here I keep having this area kind of digging into my heel. I don't know if you can tell, but it kind of arches in quick and then kind of just flattens out. So again, I don't want to like spend too much time going into the overall final thoughts because this video probably already is too long. But the last resort still is my favorite shoe out of these two. I would pick them up before. Obviously, if you're on a pinch and you want to save some money, Opus is a good option. You're still sporting a skate shoe brand. The bottom sole did end up flattening out, which is nice, but there is this weird edge right here. I don't know if you can see it, but right on this side actually has an edge. Overall, it's just like one of those quality things where at the end of the day, I think the quality of these shoes isn't compared to a last resort yet. The way that these blend into the sole is a lot smoother, and it does fall apart. These soles fall apart. You know, they're not the best perfect shoes. I had a lot of faith in these, and I think maybe that's why I'm kind of like disappointed, because they looked really cool and I like the idea that they're canvas and suede, but I think that is part of why the structure isn't there, is because there's too much different material going on. Although I thought it was going to work to my advantage. The shoelaces, I will say, they already started falling apart really quick. Last resort cotton laces, they're much bigger. Overall stronger shoelace, I think. Like I rip them, it takes some time, but these ripped pretty fast. The tongue is really thin. Overall, the fit isn't really what I liked. I think it's much more for like a flat, wide foot, if that makes sense. And if you have a really flat, wide foot and you can't fit into last resorts, I do think these are a decent, good option. Maybe I'll try them out in the future. As far as right now, I don't plan to buy any more pairs until maybe they make some improvements. And you know, I don't want to go into too many negative things about them. I do have some other thoughts, but I reserve them because ultimately I do want this shoe company to succeed. It's another cool skate shoe brand that's owned by skaters, owned by a skater, I should say. And you know, it's just one of those things where it kind of feels like it's coming from a mass marketed shoe factory, but it's not too customized to skateboarding. Like they're like, all right, make this sneaker, make it look cool, and then get it into the streets. Where I think Last Resort has done a better job of like really articulating it for skateboarders. As far as the design, I think it always goes back to the actual design of the shoe. So yeah, I don't want to be too critical. At the end of the day, I'll just make it straightforward. Last Resort is a better shoe option if you have the extra 25 bucks, 20 bucks that it does cost. So Last Resort prices have gone up. I think that is the disadvantage. That's kind of why I wanted to try these, but as far as now, I don't think they're a good option. And this is the high top. Of course, they have the slip-ons that I've also seen people skating, but the The soles are already kind of rubbing out as well. Overall, I'm a little bit disappointed in this shoe. I think it can use just a little more structure. It's like really floppy. It looks nice. Like, I'm not saying that I don't like a, what would you call it? Like a good board feel shoe. Like, again, it's a Volk, you know, neither of these are a cup sole shoe. I really do like having board feel. I like a low impact shoe. And yeah, it's not quite there for me. I don't really feel like skating them anymore. I might like do some more knee slides with them, but overall, I just don't really want to pick them up in skating because of the fit and because of like the digging into my toes and the digging into my heel, and then how much they're flat and not structured. Like when I tightened them all the way up to the very top lace, I still didn't get that like strong wrap around my foot feeling like I do with the Last Resorts. And that's why I like a high top, because I want it to like really protect my whole foot and like feel like it's like they're strapped on there like a boot. I just really couldn't get that feeling even when I tightened them up a lot. And I think overall it's just because of the design and the structure of the shoe. So I won't harp on it too much longer. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if there's any other shoes you want me to try, but I'll probably stick to Last Resorts for the time being. Hit that like button, mash.